I'm interested in knowing a little bit more about how this happened, because I think that the fact that you have 4 Republicans, 4 Democrats is a really good clue that this might be possible, because everyone in this room, I suspect, or 95% of the people in this room, have been wanting reform for a long time. And so talk about how it started and what you think the long-term prospects of it are.
Well, I think it started because of this was an issue that was litigated during this presidential campaign, and there was a result, and people are responding to that result on both sides of the aisle. This is an issue, unlike a lot of other issues that have divided Republicans and Democrats, this is an issue that until very recently was not a partisan issue. It's an issue, very, very rare to find an issue that the Wall Street Journal editorial board and the New York Times editorial board agree upon, but this is one of those, this is the issue, this is that issue. And so, I think what we had was an unnatural period of division over this, rather than having that be the natural state of affairs. And then we had an election that was clarifying. And now we've got people that are Republicans and Democrats who are willing to sit down together and try to hammer this out. But as I mentioned earlier, this is not going to be easy. And nothing there is easy. We make things much harder than they should be back there, to be honest. But you asked what you could do, I think. You need to let your representatives know, like myself included, but the others as well, that this is something that's important to you, and that this is the time to get it done. This is not, you'll remember, we had a vote, you may remember, in the Senate a couple years ago on the DREAM Act, which got over 50 votes, but not 60 votes, and it didn't pass. You need to say to people, this is not, we don't want to see that movie again. And it's time to fix this. Look, in Greeley, I don't need to tell anybody in this neighborhood why we have to fix this system. You all know why. You've lived with this day in and day out for years and years. And, for the reason you said, I really do applaud very, very much the Republicans that have been engaged in this effort. I really do. And I appreciate the fact that they may have come at it with a different perspective than some people in this room might come at it with. But the fact that they're at the table is enormously important. Remember, the House of Representatives is Republican majority. So we can pass this in the Senate. Frankly, we can't pass this in the Senate with just Democratic votes, because we're going to have the same 60-vote threshold that we had earlier. But even if we could, we're not going to actually make it real unless it passes the House of Representatives. I think a very important thing that you can do is try to take the politics out of this, try to depoliticize this, not have it be partisan, and see if we can get a successful bill out of the Senate with a big vote in the Senate, which would make a difference for them getting through the House.